Imagine being trapped in a deadly magic academy where failing an exam permanently drains years off your actual lifespan. To make things worse, your starting stats are so pathetic that they total exactly 9 points. You are officially the weakest student in school history, labeled a complete deadweight with only 10 years left to live. But what if I told you this exact piece of trash is about to secretly awaken a hidden double S ranked talent that breaks all the rules? Let me show you how a jobless gamer turned an impossible situation into the ultimate cheat code.
Like and subscribe Zylos Manhwa for latest recaps. Also, let us know which story you'd like to see recap next by dropping the title in the comments. Let's jump to the video.
All right, so our story kicks off with this dude waking up on a cold floor with a killer headache. And get this, he's not alone. The whole room is packed with people, all moaning like they just went 10 rounds with a hangover. He can barely open his eyes, and all the noise is making his skull feel like it's about to crack open. He's trying to figure out what's going on, but his brain's a total mess. And then the camera pulls back, and whoa, they're in this massive futuristic hall, packed with hundreds of people. It looks like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. Now that he's getting a good look, our guy is officially freaking out. He's scanning the crowd, and that dawning horror is starting to set in. This is definitely not home. He stumbles to his feet, trying to piece it together. Is this a kidnapping? A messed up dream? Nobody has a clue. The headache flares up again, but then a memory sparks. He remembers getting a letter, a very specific letter, right before everything went black. The flashback hits. This is Zhao Lin, and just a few hours ago, his life was a whole lot simpler. See? Zhao Lin is your classic fresh grad with no job and no direction. He's a hardcore gamer, grinding away in his pitch-black room like his life depends on it. And to be fair, it kinda does. He's a beast at gaming, a pro-leveler making just enough to get by while he dodges the real world. Another victory screen flashes. He's a king in the game, but his actual life is a total disaster. I mean, look at this room. It's a trash heap. He leans back, completely drained after another all-nighter, thinking he's finally done for the day. He's just chilling in bed, scrolling on his phone, trying to forget about all the pressure from his family. He's staring at his phone, but you can tell his mind is somewhere else. The pressure to succeed is really getting to him. A memory of his dad screaming at him, calling him trash, flashes in his mind. He moved out to prove them all wrong, but so far, not much has changed. Suddenly, a knock at the door cuts through the silence. In the middle of the night? Who the hell could that be? He opens the door to a delivery guy holding this weird, dark package. Bro, he just moved in 2 days ago. This is sketchy as hell. As he reaches into the bag, this creepy blue light and dark energy starts swirling around his hand. Yeah, that's not your average Amazon delivery. The energy explodes, and magic circles light up the whole room. His world is literally dissolving around him. And then a magical notice pops up. Accepted as a freshman to Dawn Academy? Forced teleportation initiated. Well, that explains the headache. Back in the present, it all clicks. That crazy letter was real. Is this Dawn Academy some kind of twisted prank, or something way worse? Just then, some rough-looking dude with a scar on his face sneers down at him, mocking him for being knocked out for 3 whole hours. Zhao Lin looks up at the guy, who's decked out in tactical gear and looks like he eats nails for breakfast. This is not your friendly neighborhood teacher. Other people are starting to panic, screaming about being kidnapped and threatening to call the cops. They have no idea how screwed they are. The scar-faced man, Qin Chuan, just clicks his tongue. He's clearly heard it all before and has zero patience left for these newbies. Qin Chuan grips the hilt of his sword, and this menacing purple aura starts bleeding from the blade. He's about to teach them a lesson in shutting up. With one massive swing, he unleashes a wave of pure energy that tears across the room. Message sent. Loud and clear. The shockwave blasts past everyone, leaving them frozen in terror. The guy who was yelling now looks like he's about to have a heart attack. Qin Chuan stands there, glowing with power, and tells them all to shut it. Playtime is officially over. He grumbles that there's always an idiot in every batch, complaining about the admissions department being useless. He pinches the bridge of his nose, totally stressed out by this year's recruits. You can tell he'd rather be anywhere else right now. He turns his attention back to the group, calling out the one who woke up last. Zhao Lin just stares back, trying to keep his cool. Qin Chuan introduces himself as their advisor and says they're the chosen ones who will train to enter a new world. He promises them everything: power, wealth, authority, even immortality. The other students just think he's completely insane. He cuts the speech short and tells them to grab their IDs for the potential evaluation. He walks off, leaving them no choice but to follow. Xiaolin looks around at the massive crowd, at least 200 people. There's no way this is a simple kidnapping. This is something way bigger. He steps into this futuristic scanning tube, surrounded by floating blue screens. This is it, the moment of truth. Qin Chuan checks the first guy's data and scoffs. Total attribute value of 24? Scrub, he calls him. This dude has some high standards. The next student gets a 32, which Qin Chuan says is decent. The kid looks pretty pleased with himself. A girl steps up, but her stats are average. Qin Chuan starts complaining again, threatening to report admissions for recruiting from a garbage dump. Ouch! The evaluation moves fast, with Qin Chuan just shouting, "Next," over and over. Xiaolin is getting more nervous as his turn gets closer. He's sweating bullets because his scan is taking forever. Everyone else was in and out in seconds, but he's been in there for almost a minute. Qin Chuan notices the delay, and a smirk spreads across his face. He's thinking he might have just hit the jackpot, a real diamond in the rough. Finally, the scan finishes, and Xiaolin lets out a sigh of relief. He thinks the worst is over. Oh, you sweet summer child. Qin Chuan rushes over, totally hyped to see the results. He's expecting some legendary numbers. He looks at the screen, and his eyes just bulge out of his head. Whatever he's seeing, it's not what he expected. And here are the stats. Strength 2, Agility 2, Intelligence 2, Constitution 3. That's a total attribute value of 9. Single digits. Qin Chuan's face twists in pure disgust. 9 points? He looks like he just witnessed a crime against humanity. He facepalms, shouting that he's never seen stats this trash in his entire career. Single digits shouldn't even be possible. Xiaolin looks completely destroyed as Qin Chuan calls him a once-in-a-lifetime piece of deadweight. He just wants to go home. Qin Chuan walks away, muttering about how he wasted his time getting excited. He's completely done with our boy. Xiaolin is left standing alone in the massive hall. The silence feels heavier than all the shouting from before. A montage of painful memories hits him. His family, his teachers, everyone calling him trash. It's the one word he can never escape. He grits his teeth as that word echoes in his head. He is so done with being underestimated. He clenches his fist, shivering with rage. Even in this crazy magic school, he's still being labeled the same way. Not anymore. Qin Chuan tells him that with stats like his, taking the entrance test is just suicide. He says even giving him an ID is a waste of resources. The advisor tosses a golden ID plate at him like he's throwing a bone to a dog. He's basically daring him to fail. Xiaolin snatches it out of the air, his eyes burning with a new fire. He's not gonna let some numbers define him. He stares Qin Chuan down and declares he's taking the test, no matter what. He's sick of people telling him what he can't do. Qin Chuan just scoffs. Go ahead, he says. Don't come crying to me when reality slaps you in the face. A sharp-looking girl with glasses steps up, asking what a gifted student is. She's clearly paying attention. Qin Chuan looks over at her, suddenly a lot more interested than he was with Xiaolin. He explains that gifted students are the elite, born with the strength to survive the new world from the get-go. He tells the rest of them to just worry about passing the test. The fear is starting to creep back into the crowd. The girl, Gu Xiaoyu, asks about the wealth and power he promised. She's already thinking about the long game. She looks him dead in the eye and asks the most important question. What's the price? She knows nothing this good comes for free. Qin Chuan checks his screen and sees her name. His whole attitude changes when he realizes she has the highest stats in the entire group. He explains that in this school, credits and exchange points are everything. You can buy anything, as long as you can pay. Xiaolin watches from the side, noticing how Qin Chuan is suddenly all polite and helpful with the high-stat girl. The hypocrisy is real. Qin Chuan tells them they can view their status just by thinking about it. He's ready to move on. Xiaolin holds up his ID plate, and it starts glowing. He's about to see his own status screen, and then he sees it. Remaining lifespan, 10 years. And a warning, if he fails the test, a year will be deducted. What the hell? Panic erupts. Failing means you literally lose years of your life? People are freaking out, realizing the stakes are way higher than they thought. But then Xiaolin's screen starts beeping like crazy. Something new is appearing on his display. A message pops up. Abnormal fluctuation detected. Hidden talent unlocked. Analysis starting. Blue energy swirls around him as the analysis goes into overdrive. He's literally glowing in the middle of the hall. He's thinking, a hidden talent? Me? The piece of trash? He can't believe his luck. He looks around, but nobody else seems to notice. They're all too busy having a panic attack about their lifespans. The system finishes, but the talent name and grade are both unknown. This is something the Academy has never seen before, and the details are insane. Passive 100% learning efficiency, and an active ability to copy any talent every 7 days. This is an absolute game breaker. He needs a name for this crazy talent. Something that reflects how fast he can learn and copy others. He settles on top student. Simple, but powerful. As he makes his choice, purple energy flares up around him. Shaolin stands there, glowing with a vibrant purple aura. He's not trash anymore. He's got a secret weapon. The system locks in the name, top student. It begins the final rank evaluation, and the rank is SS, the highest possible tier. Shaolin is just standing there in shock. He realizes not even Qinchuan's scanner could detect this. This is his secret, and his alone. He glances over at Qinchuan, who has no idea that the deadweight he just insulted is now secretly the most op rookie in the room. He stares at his status screen one last time, at that beautiful SS rank talent label. What a comeback. Surrounded by his purple aura, Shaolin realizes this is it. This is his ticket to survival. The trash is about to become a legend, but can he keep his new power a secret? And here, we've got a little ad for the Scanlation team. Big shout out to Reset Scans for bringing us this madness. Alright, so this one dude is still freaking out about his 9-year lifespan. He's convinced it has to be a glitch. Qinchuan is having none of it and just smacks him on the head. He tells him to shut up and use his brain for once. The advisor lays it out cold. You die in this place. Your entire lifespan gets zeroed out. No respawns, no second chances. Game over. He explains the grim reality. Out there, time kills you. In here, your life is literally a currency you spend to get stronger. The kid is just clutching his head in shock. He's finally getting it. This academy is a high-stakes casino, and they're all gambling with their lives. Qinchuan paints this epic picture of power, gold, and glory. He tells them this is their one and only shot to change their fate. But Gu Xiaoye, the smart one, pipes up with a great question. Do these insane rules only apply inside the school? Qinchuan confirms their worst fears. Once you're in, these rules apply everywhere on Earth. There is no escape. He's done with the QA. The entrance test is starting right now, and the students look like they're about to walk into their own funeral. He raises his hand, and blue energy swirls around them. He commands them not to move an inch. A giant digital 3 appears in the air as the teleportation kicks in. No turning back now. The countdown hits 2, and the students start dissolving into pixels. Gu Xiaoyu looks calm as ever, but the guys behind her are definitely not. As the countdown hits 1, Xiaolin looks dead serious. He knows this is it. His life is on the line. The whole hall explodes in a flash of light as the entire class gets warped away. Qinchuan is left alone, rubbing his head in disappointment. He didn't get a single gifted student, and his advisor rating is about to take a nosedive. Suddenly, a loud laugh echoes through the hall. Another advisor is here to rub some salt in the wound. This buff dude with a cigar walks up, looking way too smug. He's clearly here to brag, and he is flexing hard. He landed 2 gifted students, an A rank and a B rank, and he wants to know how bad Qinchuan's class is. He keeps gloating about his genius with over 40 initial points, and even brings up a rumor about some double S rank freshman from another country. Qinchuan just scoffs, saying SS talents don't even exist. Oh, if only he knew the secret SS ranker was in his own trash tier class. The students materialize in a creepy dark forest called the Goblin Nest. It looks like something straight out of a horror movie. And man, this place stinks. Xiaolin has to cover his nose from the literal smell of death. A blue quest window pops up, giving him the mission details. He's already analyzing it like a pro gamer. The main quest is simple. Escape the forest in an hour, or you fail. There are also optional quests to kill goblins for bonus points. The system gives everyone a starter pack with 1 random weapon inside. And then a little reminder pops up. There's no death penalty for this test. Their lifespan won't be deducted if they fail. The students are literally cheering. They're acting like they just won the lottery, but they still have a forest full of monsters to deal with. Shaolin opens his pack and gets a staff of mana, a stick. He's holding a stick while everyone else gets cool swords and bows. But then he realizes this whole place works on game logic. If he plays this right, he can dominate this world just like he dominated his online games. A little smirk creeps across his face. He's finally in his element, and he's ready to start grinding. He gives the staff a test swing, and it starts glowing with purple energy. Okay, maybe this stick isn't so bad after all. He slams the staff into the ground, sending out a shockwave of light. He's testing the physics, and it feels just like a high-end VR game. The impact is so strong it cracks the stone beneath him. This thing packs a serious punch. And get this. Just using the weapon gives him experience points for basic staff mastery. He can grind his skills without even fighting. Xiaolin does the math and realizes his SS rank talent will let him level up way faster than anyone else. He's a genius in a world of newbies. But then a spark zaps his ear. He realizes that even with his talent, his base stats are too low to actually cast spells. He clutches his head in frustration. He's a mage who can't use magic. That's a bit of a problem. He looks over and sees another guy celebrating after unlocking a great sword skill just by swinging his weapon. Everyone's figuring out the grind. The whole place is turning into a training montage. He realizes he's not the only one trying to cheese the system. He looks at the quest timer. It's not a limit. It's a 1-hour window to grind as much as possible before the real test begins. He decides he needs a physical weapon to match his stats. He spots Gu Xiaoye and thinks she might be down for a trade. He walks up and asks if she wants to trade. She got a dagger, and he's hoping her high intelligence stats make her want his staff. Gu Xiaoyu looks at her dagger and agrees. Spells are a much better fit for her. She's ready to trade. They swap, and she hands him the blade. She even tells him he doesn't look like a mage anyway, which is brutally honest. He gives her a friendly smile and introduces himself. He knows having a smart ally is key in any game. She just looks back at him. All business. She's definitely not here to make friends, but she's the most competent one in the group. The trade is complete. Xiaolin finally has a weapon that fits him. The system confirms he's got a beginner dagger and instantly unlocks the skill mastery for it. This feels much better. He knows teaming up is the smart play for a low-stat guy like him. He looks over at Gu Xiaoyue, ready to propose an alliance. He starts to ask her to team up, but he's about to be rudely interrupted. Suddenly, a massive brute with a giant sword barges in, shouting about teaming up. This guy is a total meathead. This guy, Wang Dalin, starts hitting on Gu Xiaoyu immediately, bragging about how all his stats are over 10. He glares at Xiaolin, calling him a pretty boy and trash. He's trying way too hard to be the alpha here. Gu Xiaoyu just stares at him with a deadpan expression. She is not impressed. She flat out rejects him, and the students in the background just erupt with laughter. His ego just took a massive hit. Wang Dalin is absolutely fuming. His face is bright red, and he looks like he's about to explode. He turns his rage on Xiaolin, who's just been standing there minding his own business. He grabs Xiaolin by the shirt, looking for any excuse to start a fight and prove he's the big man on campus. He starts ranting about how he can't stand trash with single-digit stats. He's mocking Xiaolin for even trying, but Xiaolin keeps his cool. He tells the big guy to save his strength for the mission instead of wasting it on him. This just makes Dalin angrier. He threatens to show Xiaolin what real ability looks like, and Xiaolin just lets out this quiet little scoff. The absolute coldest response. He is not scared of this meathead at all. He straightens his shirt, telling the guy he won't even get the chance to fight him. And right on cue, a terrifying green goblin leaps out of the shadows, claws out, aiming straight for the back of Dalin's head while he's still posturing. Talk about bad timing. Just as the big guy is puffing his chest, a goblin ambushes him from behind, slashing his head open. Dalin screams as blood sprays everywhere. He's clutching his face, blood pouring down his neck, totally furious. That was way too close. The goblin doesn't give him a break, leaping in for a finishing blow. But Dalin is a tank for a reason. He swings his massive sword and cleaves the goblin clean in half. One hit, one kill. He stands over the corpse, panting and bleeding. He admits he almost died right there, but he's still standing. Trying to act tough, he points at Xiaolin and mocks him for just standing there, trying to play off the ambush like it was nothing. But Xiaolin isn't listening. He sees something in the dark, dozens of glowing yellow eyes staring back at them. The forest is crawling with them. A whole army of goblins emerges from the shadows, and the students are horribly outnumbered. And just like that, total panic. Everyone starts screaming as the horde charges. The front line is a complete disaster. Students are getting tackled and overwhelmed by the sheer number of monsters. It gets brutal, fast. One poor kid gets a goblin latched onto his neck, teeth sinking in as blood goes flying. These things are killers. Xiaolin watches his classmates get torn apart, and the reality of the situation hits him hard. This isn't a game. This is real. He's standing there with goblin blood splattered on his face, completely gripped by the intensity of the fight. Another student goes down. The forest is turning into a slaughterhouse right before his eyes. But Gu Xiaoyu isn't panicking. She's charging up her staff with crackling purple energy, ready to fight back. The pain, the smell of blood, the grit of the ground, it's all terrifyingly real. This is no simulation. He stares at his hands, now covered in thick, dark goblin blood. If he wants to survive this, he's going to have to get used to this. He realizes how naive he was. An ordinary person, even with a weapon, is just prey for these monsters. Suddenly, A student spots a cave and sees that the goblins aren't chasing people inside. He shouts for everyone to run for it. It's a mad dash for survival as Zhao Lin and the others book it towards the cave, goblins right on their heels. Once they're inside, a system window pops up. They're safe for now. Zhao Lin is panting, covered in blood, but alive. The timer shows they've only got 30 minutes of safety. Once that clock hits 0, the nightmare begins all over again. Zhao Lin grips his dagger, forcing himself to calm down. He can't just wait for death. He needs a plan, and fast. A fire ignites in his eyes. He's done being a victim. It's time to start acting like a player. He starts practicing his swings in the corner of the cave, building muscle memory, and the system rewards him with experience points. He realizes he can grind his levels right here in the safety zone. This is his chance. With his trash stats, every hit has to be perfect. He needs to master this dagger before the timer runs out. The protection alert flashes. Less than 3 minutes left. The tension is skyrocketing. Everyone else is losing it, convinced they're all going to die. The cave is filled with despair. One guy is literally crying, saying the monsters are too fast. No one is willing to step up, except for Gu Xiaoye. She's just sitting calmly on a rock, watching Zhao Lin practice. She's on a whole other level. Zhao Lin doesn't stop, his blade a blur. Xiao Yu watches him, her expression sharp and analytical. She breaks the silence with a cold dose of reality. What you're doing is meaningless. Damn, girl! Way to kill the mood! He stops mid-swing, sweat dripping down his face. He's been grinding his heart out, and she just shoots him down. She explains her math. A normal person would need an hour to reach level 2. They just don't have the time. Zhao Lin is sweating, thinking she's a genius. Her logic is flawless. For a normal person, Gu Xiaoyu pushes up her glasses, looking completely unimpressed. She's already written him off, but Zhao Lin just gives her a sly smirk. He knows something she doesn't. His top student buff is about to make her eat her words. A system window confirms it. 98 out of 100 EXP. He's literally seconds away from leveling up while everyone else is at 0. He can feel the power surging. He's about to prove that even trash can outgrind a genius. He thanks her for the tip, but says he was just getting a feel for the weapon. He's playing it cool, ready to blow her mind. Gu Xiaoyu is actually surprised. She asks if he knew she was watching him. He's more observant than he looks. He compares his strategy to gaming, checking the guide before pulling the mob. She just stares at him and says she doesn't play games. Tragic. He drops his analysis. Goblins are weak. Aim for the head or the heart. One-on-one, they're easy pickings. He looks at the others. The real enemy isn't the monsters, it's their own fear. He sees a girl curled up and crying, completely broken. He knows if you lose the will to fight, you've already lost. The timer hits 2 minutes. He looks at Gu Xiaoye and tells her it's time to go. He's ready to lead. They start walking toward the exit, looking like a real power couple. Dallin is shocked they're actually going back out there. Dallin stops them, still scared out of his mind. He can't believe they're leaving the safe zone. He tries to get Gu Xiaoyu to team up with him, calling Zhao Lin trash again. He says taking him along is suicide. She completely ignores him and focuses on the mission. The real prize isn't just surviving, it's taking down the Goblin King. Dallin is floored. They might not even survive the regular mission, and they're thinking about hidden bosses? He thinks they're insane. Zhao Lin steps in. He explains that if the quest exists, it has to be possible. He starts theorizing about how to trigger the boss. He thinks it might be based on the number of goblin kills. He's in full-on gamer mode, analyzing the mechanics while everyone else panics. He rules out time and survivors. It has to be the kill count. Gu Xiaoye seems to be following his logic. He guesses the boss appears after they clear a certain number of goblins. Dallin is just standing there, mouth open, baffled by this weakling. The girl who was crying earlier stands up, inspired by Zhao Lin. She realizes hiding is just delaying the inevitable. She'd rather go out fighting. Zhao Lin gives a pep talk. There's no penalty for losing, but a huge reward for winning. Running away now would be a massive waste. He asks them, since there's a chance to win big, why not go for it? He's daring them to be brave. He holds up his sword. We won't actually die anyway, so why not go all out? That line hits them hard. The students are actually getting pumped. They're finally ready to stop being victims and start being fighters. Dallin scoffs, still bragging about his 32-point stat total. He thinks he's the top dog. He turns to Gu Xiaoyu and demands to know her stats, expecting to be higher. Big mistake, dude. She looks him dead in the eye and says, 46, while adjusting her glasses. The look on her face says it all. You're not even in my league. The room goes silent. Dallin looks like he just got hit by a truck. 46 points is an insane number for a freshman. Even Zhao Lin is shocked. Her stats are more than 5 times his. He's standing next to a literal monster. He takes charge, telling everyone who wants to pass to follow his lead. He's officially the raid leader now. He starts barking orders. Dallin, with his high stats, is on tank duty, drawing aggro from the front. Dallin just grumbles. He's been so thoroughly humbled he has no choice but to listen. Xiaolin tells the ranged fighters to form squads and provide support. He's setting up a classic MMO party. As for himself, he's got a special role in mind, one that will keep him alive. He explains that since his stats are too low for direct combat, he'll harass and finish off wounded goblins. He's the designated kill stealer. The group charges out of the cave and the battle begins. Dallin and the melee group smash into the goblin horde, and Dallin is actually putting in work, cleaving through goblins and screaming his head off. He's finally using those 32 points. The archers are providing solid cover, picking off monsters from a distance. They're looking way more confident now. The battle is loud and chaotic, but with a real strategy, they're actually holding their own. The archer girl almost gets tackled, but she manages to fend off a goblin. These things are relentless. Xiaolin jumps in, striking a goblin from the side just as it was about to attack her. First kill confirmed. He's moving like a shadow, landing finishing blows with surgical precision. He's not fighting head-on, he's just waiting for the perfect moment. The girl thanks him, but he's already moving to the next target. He knows exactly how to play his role. He lands 2 more kills in quick succession, racking up experience faster than anyone else. His strikes are clean and perfectly timed. Dallin does the heavy lifting, and Xiaolin reaps the rewards. That's just smart gaming. He drives his dagger through another goblin's head, his face a mask of concentration. He's found his rhythm. That's his 4th kill. Dallin finally notices and is absolutely pissed. He realizes he's doing all the work while the trash gets all the glory. Dallin shouts at him for kill stealing, but Gu Xiaoyu sees the truth. It's not just luck. She realizes he's predicting their movements, timing his last hits perfectly. He's playing 4D chess on the battlefield. And then it happens. His basic short sword mastery levels up to 2. He did it. Xiaolin thinks back to all those months of hardcore VR gaming. All that grinding is finally paying off. Suddenly, another system window pops up. Hitting level 2 triggered a special reward. He's the first freshman to reach skill level 2. The school grants him a free skill, Heavy Slash, level 1. Xiaolin glows with a purple aura as the new skill integrates with his weapon. He looks like a completely different person. The skill delivers a powerful strike after a short charge. This is exactly what he needed to start dealing real damage. He's ecstatic. Just 1 more goblin kill and he'll complete his first optional quest. He faces off against 1 last goblin, ready to test his new power. He lands the finishing blow. 5th goblin killed. First optional quest complete. He's officially the MVP. Xiaolin flicks his dagger over his shoulder, looking like a total pro. But just as he celebrates, the real challenge begins. Suddenly, the goblins start glitching and disappearing into blue pixels. The entire environment starts to destabilize. The screen shakes and flickers. The system itself seems to be having a meltdown. A broadcast echoes through the forest. They've killed enough goblins to meet a hidden condition. The boss has been activated, just as Xiaolin predicted. A massive shadow falls over the trees. Something huge is coming. The Goblin King appears, and this thing is a demon. Glowing eyes, massive horns, and it's on a whole different level from the minions. Xiaolin stands alone in a clearing, his tiny dagger in hand, facing off against the gargantuan beast. The real fight starts now, and here he is, the Goblin King. Man, this guy is oogly. Tusks, glowing eyes, and a face only a mother could. Actually, no, not even a mother. He lets out a roar that shakes the entire forest. This is not your average mob, this is a full-on raid boss. The sound is so intense, students are grabbing their heads in pain. One girl is screaming, her eardrums are about to burst. The panic is spreading fast. Everyone is looking at this behemoth and realizing they are totally screwed. Even Gu Xiaoyu looks shaken, but Xiaolin is locked in. He's staring the beast down, already running the numbers. And there it is, the health bar from hell. That thing is way too long for a bunch of level 1 newbies. Up close, he's even more terrifying. Those glowing yellow eyes are basically screaming, "You all look like appetizers?" Xiaolin notices all the smaller goblins have vanished. It's just them versus the king, and the silence is somehow even creepier. One dude is having a complete meltdown. He sees that health bar and just says, "I quit." Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. The guy actually tries to run for it. Xiaolin yells at him to stay put, because running is a one-way ticket to getting squashed. Xiaolin spots a weakness. These goblins have terrible eyesight. If they're smart, they can use that. But there's a catch. Their sight sucks, but their hearing and sense of smell are incredible. One loud noise, and it's over. Look at that ear twitching. He's listening, just waiting for someone to make a mistake. And that running guy? He's making so much noise, he might as well be ringing a dinner bell. Wang Dalin, the big tough guy, thinks they can just swarm the boss. Classic tank brain. He draws his massive sword and gets ready to charge. It's brave, I'll give him that. Stupid, but but brave. He leaps into the air with a battle cry, bringing his sword down for a huge hit. The Goblin King just watches him completely unimpressed. Not even a flinch. The boss moves with blinding speed and delivers a counterattack that sends Dalen flying. The impact is so massive it shatters the ground. That's some serious AoE damage. Dalen is sent tumbling, coughing up blood. So much for his brilliant let's all charge plan. He hits the dirt hard, and you can see blue pixels floating off him. The rest of the class is officially horrified. And just like that, the group breaks. Everyone scatters, shouting to run away. Total chaos. Someone screams that Dalen got one-shotted. If the strongest guy in the class gets flattened that easily, what chance do they have? The boss isn't stopping. He's already hunting down the next person. He literally steps on one poor guy like he's a bug. The power difference is insane. Then he slams his club down, creating another massive shockwave. These kids are getting absolutely wrecked. Students are running for their lives while the Goblin King just stands there, an unstoppable force of nature. One girl trips and falls, looking back in terror at the giant looming over her. The boss raises his club to finish her. It's over. But then a blast of purple energy hits the boss right in the face. Gu Xiaoyu is stepping up, showing why she has those monster stats. The hit lands, and the boss's health bar actually drops a tiny bit. It's not much, but it's a start. Gu Xiaoyu isn't celebrating. She realizes hitting the limbs does almost nothing. They have to aim for the vital spots. She stands her ground, staff at the ready. She's the only one actually fighting back. She was hoping the others would act as a distraction while she did the damage. Sounded good on paper. Problem is, the distractions are currently running for their lives. The formation is broken, and she's all alone. She realizes her plan was a little too optimistic for a bunch of terrified freshmen. Now she's face to face with the boss, and she has no backup. The king looms over her, raising his club. This is looking like a very short fight. Suddenly, Zhao Lin yells from the side, "Are you an idiot? Run!" He's the only one who hasn't completely lost it. He dashes in, blade ready. He's not strong, but he's observant, and he's fast. The Goblin King roars and turns its attention to the new target. Zhao Lin slides under a massive swing, narrowly avoiding getting turned into a red paste. That's some insane evasion for a guy with trash stats. He hits the ground, but keeps his focus. He was studying the boss's attack patterns while everyone else was screaming. He gets up and drops the knowledge. The boss always attacks the closest target. It's a classic aggro mechanic, and he's about to exploit it. He calls out to Gu Xiaoyu and the archer girl. He tells them to keep their distance and attack from afar. He's taking on the role of the tank. The archer girl is shaky, but she agrees. It's better than getting crushed. He tells Xiao Yu she's their main damage dealer. She needs to find an opening and hit him with everything she's got. The archer pulls back her bow. It's time to see if this crazy plan actually works. Gu Xiaoyu charges her staff, looking much more focused now that there's a real plan. The attacks fly. Purple magic and white arrows bombard the boss. They're actually landing hits. The Goblin King is getting pelted, and his health is finally starting to go down. The archer is getting a confidence boost. Zhao Lin cheers them on, doing his best to keep the boss's attention focused on him. But the boss has had enough. He lets out a primal roar, looking like he's about to enter phase 2. He gathers a massive amount of green energy in his hands. This is not a normal attack. Zhao Lin screams at them to watch out as a giant shockwave of green light explodes from the boss. It's a huge area of effect attack. The archer girl gets caught in the blast and is sent flying. So much for that plan. The Goblin King stands triumphant. He just wiped out half the team with one move. Only Zhao Lin and Gu Xiaoyu are left. They're battered and exhausted, and the boss is still mostly healthy. Xiaoyu asks if they even have a chance. She's running low on both mana and hope. Zhao Lin just smirks. How much blue bar you got left? Leave it to a gamer to use mana terms in a life or death fight. She looks at him like he's insane, but says she can fire 2 more big blasts, max. That's enough, he says. He knows that in any game, headshots are key. He just needs her to land one good one. She says the boss is too fast to aim properly. She can't risk missing her last shots. Zhao Lin's grin gets wider. If it moves fast, then I'll make it stop. He's got an ace up his sleeve. His eye starts to glow with a bright purple light as he activates his talent. This is it. His SS rank ability is finally coming into play. He analyzes the boss's move, identifying the skill as Shockwave. He is literally downloading the boss's special attack into his own brain. He stomps his foot as purple energy swirls around him. He thinks about everyone who ever called him trash. Those days are over. He gets into a combat stance, looking more like a seasoned warrior than a rookie. It's finally his turn to shine, and the system confirms it. He's copied the Shockwave skill. He just stole the boss's ultimate move, and now he's about to give him a taste of his own medicine. Things are about to get absolutely insane. Zhao Lin's eyes are glowing with intense purple light. He is locked in, ready to pull off something impossible. The Goblin King rears up for another massive slam, but Zhao Lin holds his ground. He's waiting for the perfect moment to counter. He's analyzing the skill on the fly. He realizes that since he's smaller, his version of the attack will have a much shorter windup. And there it is. He unleashes the copied shockwave skill, his eye burning with power as he fires the boss's own move right back at it. The two attacks collide in a massive explosion of green and purple energy. It's a direct clash of power. The force of the impact is so strong it actually staggers the boss. His crazy gamble paid off. He can interrupt this monster's attacks. The shockwave sends the Goblin King stumbling backward, completely caught off guard. He actually pushed the beast back. Zhao Lin lands gracefully, sword in hand, looking like a total badass. He shouts that his idea was right, feeling that epic rush of a successful play. He's panting hard. The strain of using such a powerful skill is already getting to him. He knows he can't keep this up forever. The boss is recovering fast. His copied skill is on a 22-second cooldown, which feels like an eternity right now. Another blast of purple energy erupts as the chaotic battle rages on. The Goblin King looms over him, a mountain of muscle and fury. Zhao Lin looks tiny, but he's not backing down. Gu Xiaoyu is staring in total disbelief. How did a guy with his stats just interrupt a boss skill? She yells that she only has one shot left. The king lunges forward with a massive clawed hand, ready to swipe Zhao Lin into oblivion. The speed is just ridiculous. The system flashes a warning. His skill is still on cooldown, and he's in a really bad spot. The boss brings down its fist, and Zhao Lin knows he's too close to dodge. He's going to have to tank this. But instead of panicking, he gets this wild, determined look on his face. If he can't dodge, he'll just have to endure. He stands his ground as blue energy shields flicker around him. Gu Xiaoyu screams his name, thinking he's lost his mind. The impact is pure chaos, a massive explosion of dust and energy. It looks like he just took a direct hit from a wrecking ball, but he's still standing. He looks beat up, but he tells Gu Xiaoyu he's fine. He's pushed himself to the absolute limit. He knows he has to stay in the danger zone for his shockwave to work. He has to stay close to win. He readies his glowing hand, ready to use his skill the second it comes off cooldown. He's literally betting his life on a timer. The timer hits 3 seconds. It's now or never. He's bracing for one final desperate move. He raises his sword, screaming for the monster to stop with everything he has left. He swings his glowing blade in a massive arc of purple energy. It looks like a finishing move straight out of an anime. He activates the copied shockwave skill one last time, and purple energy explodes from his weapon. The shockwave hits the Goblin King square in the chest, stunning it. He screams for Gu Xiaoyu to take the shot. He looks completely drained, his clothes torn, but he's created the opening. It's all up to her now. Gu Xiaoyu doesn't hesitate. She unleashes a colossal beam of purple energy from her staff, aiming right for the head. The beam tears through the Goblin King's head, and the beast dissolves into blue pixels. The health bar hits 0. The king is dead. Zhao Lin stands among the digital remains, looking totally spent. The system confirms quest complete. He drops his sword and collapses, muttering that it's finally over. He looks like he could sleep for a week. Gu Xiaoyu walks over, battered but relieved. They actually did it. 2 rookies just took down a dungeon boss. Zhao Lin is face down in the dirt, completely passed out. He doesn't even know they won. Gu Xiaoyu looks down at him with a mix of worry and respect. They didn't just survive, they crushed it. Meanwhile, in a high-tech meeting room, a group of serious-looking advisors are reviewing the exam results. The head of admissions starts the summary. This year, they have 1,360 new students. He reveals that a total of 15 students managed to achieve an S-rank rating. That's an incredibly elite group. Back in the hall, other students are talking about how insane it is to get an S rank. You basically have to be perfect. The advisor with the cigar is still bragging about his 2 B-rank students. He's feeling pretty good about himself. The head guy says that overall, this is the best batch of rookies they've had in a decade. Qin Chuan, Zhao Lin's advisor, is slumped in his chair looking miserable. He thinks his class is a total failure because he had no gifted students. But then the head guy drops a bombshell. Class 7, Qin Chuan's class, actually set 2 new school records. He looks up, completely stunned. First record, they are the first class in history where 2 non-gifted students both got S ranks. That's never happened before. And the second record is just as wild. Someone in his class set a new record for the highest intelligence stat among all freshmen. The other advisors are shocked. They're starting to realize Class 7 might be the one to watch. And there's one more record, the lowest combined attributes ever for an S-rank student. Qin Chuan is just a picture of confusion right now. The best part? Both the highest and lowest records come from the same pair of S-rank students in his class. What a bizarre duo! Back with Zhao Lin, a system message wakes him up. The test is over, and it's time to go back. He materializes back in the main hall, shouting, "I'm alive!" He's amazed to find all his wounds are gone. His final rating pops up, S rank. He's been granted 40 credits and a massive 800 exchange points. Xiaolin looks at his results. Impressed with himself, he passed everything, even after blacking out. He sees Gu Xiaoyu and it clicks. She must have carried his unconscious body to the safe zone. What a teammate! Suddenly, the archer girl from the fight runs up, waving and shouting his name. She thanks them, saying she got an A rating because of their help. She asks the million-dollar question, did they actually manage to kill the Goblin King after she was knocked out? Xiaolin just gives her a cool, confident smile and says, yeah, we did. He's finally starting to feel like he belongs here. Wang Dalin is standing nearby, looking absolutely furious. He's staring at Xiaolin like he wants a rematch. He scoffs, muttering that it was just dumb luck. What a sore loser! Gu Xiaoyu walks up, completely ignoring Dalin's trash talk. She tells Xiaolin she needs to talk to him alone about that battle. She definitely has questions about his secret skill, and this could be the start of a legendary partnership. Xiaolin and Gu Xiaoyu find a quiet corner to talk. He starts by thanking her for carrying him to the safe zone, knowing he couldn't have done it alone. She's all business as usual, saying it was just a mutually beneficial situation to get more rewards. But we know it's more than that. She admits that without his crazy stunt, she never would have landed that final blow. Even a genius like her has to respect the guts it took. Xiaolin just stares at her, thinking about how she calculates everything. It's a little intimidating, honestly. She tells him that what he did should have been impossible for someone with his stats, but she promises not to pry and to keep his secret. Our boy is super relieved. It's good to have a powerhouse like her on his side. Gu Xiaoyu suggests they add each other as friends on the smart brain system. She's always thinking one step ahead. Xiaolin is all for it. She gives him a quick tutorial. Just think smart brain to open the menu. They both activate the command, and the air fills with floating blue pixels. This school is seriously high-tech. Xiaolin's info pops up, showing off his credits and those single-digit stats. She asks for his student ID to link up. He gives her his number. It's a simple exchange, but this is the official start of the most OP duo in the academy. A friend request from Gu Xiaoyu instantly appears on his screen. He doesn't have to think twice about accepting. He taps accept, and just like that, they're official allies. He's got the smartest girl in school on speed dial. But the moment is cut short by Qin Chuan's voice booming over the intercom, calling for everyone who failed the test. Total buzzkill. Qin Chuan stands there, looking annoyed as usual, telling everyone to stop chatting and get a move on. He tells the rest of them to open their maps and head to the central playground for a big assembly. Qin Chuan spots Gu Xiaoyu and calls her over for a private chat. Xiaolin is left wondering what that's all about. She just gives a quick okay and follows him without question. She really is all business. Xiaolin opens his own map and starts heading toward the playground. This place is massive. As he walks, he can't help but wonder if Qin Chuan called her because of her S rank. He's already feeling a little left out. He finally reaches the playground and is completely floored. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of students already gathered. Looking at the crowd, he realizes this school is a way bigger deal than he thought. This many people just vanished from Earth. He spots Gu Xiaoyu again and asks if she's okay after her chat with the advisor. She just gives him a stoic nod. Suddenly, someone starts shouting for everyone to get out of the way. The crowd is getting chaotic. A group of upperclassmen in fancy uniforms starts ordering everyone to line up by class. A blue-haired guy steps forward, a giant blue crystal floating beside him. This dude is clearly important. The advisors, including Qin Chuan, are watching from a platform above. The blue-haired guy introduces himself as the student union president, looking way too smug about it. He announces the principal is running late, so he'll be welcoming everyone instead. And then, out of nowhere, a bone-chilling roar rips through the air. Whatever made that sound is not friendly. The entire student body is freaking out, pointing at the sky in terror. Something huge is coming. A gargantuan purple dragon descends from the clouds, glowing with terrifying power. This is no dungeon boss. This is a force of nature. Xiaolin is paralyzed, staring up at the beast in total shock. My God, he thinks. It's a real dragon. The dragon lets out another earth-shaking roar right over their heads. Everyone is seriously regretting their life choices right now. Xiaolin tries to move, but his body is frozen with pure primal fear. This is what it feels like to be at the bottom of the food chain. Even Gu Xiaoyu looks like she's about to collapse from the sheer pressure. The dragon touches down, and they all see an old man with long white hair standing calmly on its back, like it's just a taxi. The old guy apologizes for being late, acting way too casual for someone who just rode in on a legendary beast. He steps off the dragon, looking every bit the part of a legendary wizard. He's clearly the one in charge here, and the title card confirms it. This is the principal of Dawn Academy. He just made the most epic entrance in history. The student union president greets him, commenting on how grand the ceremony is. He seems to be the only one not totally terrified. The principal just scoffs, saying he only rode the big lizard because he was in a hurry. He then threatens to skin the dragon and turn it into a sofa if it scares the students again. The dragon actually looks scared of him, which tells you everything about the principal's power level. Xiao Lin watches him carefully. He knows this old guy is probably the only one who could see through his hidden talent. He needs to be careful. The principal begins his speech, noting that this year's freshman scores are pretty impressive. He stands at the podium, looking like a total legend, ready to drop the truth on these kids. A close-up of his eye shows he misses nothing. He's scanning the crowd with an ancient, sharp gaze. Suddenly, Xiao Lin feels a jolt, as if the principal's gaze just looked right through his soul for a split second. The principal amplifies his voice and says he should probably introduce himself. He acknowledges that they're all probably pissed off and confused about being kidnapped in the middle of the night. At least he's honest. He jokingly blames the admissions department for sending out acceptance letters at 3 a.m. He promises to make a new rule so they only kidnap people during the day from now on. The students don't know whether to laugh or cry. He gets serious, ready to answer their two biggest questions. Who are we? And what are we doing here? He raises his arms, and cosmic magic swirls around him. He drops the bombshell. You are colonizers. He reveals images of planet Norma, the new world, a place filled with dragons and monsters that makes their entrance test look like a joke. He explains that Dawn Academy exists for one reason, to train them to be elite pioneers. Planet Norma is the territory they are destined to conquer. Welcome to the big leagues, kids. This is their new reality. The principal is in full hype mode now, yelling that their boring old lives are over. The moment they opened that letter, they signed up for a life of chaos and glory. He paints this epic picture of them becoming legendary generals, leading massive armies into a new world. He says some of them will become grand mages, commanding the very laws of nature. It looks so unbelievably cool. Or they could even become leaders, literal kings and queens setting the rules for this new land. Talk about a glow-up. He promises them everything: power, knowledge, and even immortality. The kids in the front row look ready to sign up for life. Then he drops a new rule on them. Freshmen were always banned from the new world, but today, that's changing. He announces that starting this year, the top 3 students in the comprehensive exam will get early entry into the new world. The student president behind him does not look happy about this. Check out that face. That is a total "what did he just say?" Look! The president is clearly not a fan of breaking tradition. The president quickly tries to play it off, ending the meeting abruptly. Something shady is definitely going on here. The principal looks satisfied, while the president tries to keep his cool. There's some serious drama brewing between these two. Xiao Lin walks away, thinking the president's reaction was way too weird. He knows his top priority is still just getting stronger. Just as he's leaving, Advisor Qin shouts for him to stay behind. Xiao Lin freezes, wondering what he did wrong now. Qin looks at him with this tired expression, about to drop some news that's going to change everything. Qin explains that Gu Xiaoyu was supposed to be the class president, but she turned it down, so the honor falls to the next person in line. He points right at Xiao Lin and tells him the job is his. It comes with extra credits, resources, and a ton of sweet privileges. Xiao Lin is stunned as the acting class president notification pops up. Qin tells him straight up, for a guy with his trash stats, this is a lifeline. Qin walks off, telling him to read the handbook for details. He's the definition of a low-effort teacher. Xiao Lin is left alone, just processing the word privileges. He's starting to think being the underdog has its perks. The scene shifts to the massive student dorms. It looks more like a luxury hotel than a school. Xiao Lin checks in with the senior student at the front desk. She's giving him the standard rundown about curfews. The girl stops mid-sentence, leaning in to get a better look at his ID. Her entire vibe changes instantly. She realizes he's a freshman class president and goes from bored to super friendly. Xiao Lin tries to play it cool, but he's not fooling anyone. She's all over him now, offering to personally show him around. Man, that attitude flipped on a dime. She hands him a green uniform, explaining that freshmen wear green and sophomores like her wear blue. And here's the first perk. She shows him to a private single room reserved just for class presidents. Regular students are stuck in doubles. She hands back his gold ID plate, warning him not to lose it. It's basically his key, wallet, and life all in one. She introduces herself as Zhang Tingting and offers to help with anything he needs. She's definitely trying to get on his good side. She waves goodbye, and Xiaolin just watches her go. He's quickly learning that power really talks in this school. He looks around his new private room, thinking about those privileges. A title is already changing how people treat him. He sits on his bed and brings up his menu to select his courses. This is where the real grind begins. He opens the course selection menu, ready to dive in. The list is massive: swordsmanship, blade techniques, archery, meditation. It's like a dream RPG skill tree. There are way too many options. He knows one wrong choice could set him back for weeks. He tells himself to stay calm. His trash stats are a problem, but his top student talent is the ultimate cheat code. He analyzes every option. He needs to boost his stats across the board, and fast. He decides on a balanced build: basic swordsmanship for combat, and physical training and meditation for survivability. He hits confirm, locking in his choices. In this place, strength is everything, and he's finally ready to start grinding for real. Cut to the training hall, and Xiaolin is already working up a sweat, swinging a wooden practice sword. He's focused, landing hits on a training dummy as the system gives him more EXP. He remembers his training from the goblin fight. His top student passive is active, doubling his learning speed. He's moving even faster now. As long as he masters the core principles, he can level up at a ridiculous pace. And success! He hits level 3 in swordsmanship in just 2 hours, which even gives him a permanent boost to his strength stat. His plan is working perfectly. Nearby, another student has completely collapsed, complaining his arms are about to fall off. The training is brutal for normal people. A pink-haired girl in a tactical suit looks over the group with total disgust. She can't believe how weak this year's freshmen are. This is Instructor Cheng, and she is not messing around. She tells the class no one is leaving until their swordsmanship hits level 3. The students are literally crying, calling her a demon. They think the requirement is impossible. They complain it takes hours just to hit level 2, so level 3 on the first day is insane. Instructor Cheng just stands there, cold and uncompromising. She has zero sympathy. Xiaolin steps forward and calmly announces that his skill is already level 3. He asks if he can leave early for his next class. The instructor gives him this incredibly skeptical look. She is not buying it for a second. She asks if he's messing with her. It's only been 2 hours. There's no way some rookie with trash stats could have hit level 3 that fast. But our boy is about to prove her very, very wrong. Instructor Cheng is not having it. She calls Xiaolin out, saying his S rank was just dumb luck, and he leached off his team. She tells him to come up with a better lie if he wants to skip class. She leans in, her eyes narrowed. She thinks he's just another punk freshman trying to pull a fast one. But Xiaolin doesn't even flinch. He just tells her to check the data panel herself. He's got the proof. She just lets out this cold, mocking laugh. She doesn't care about data. She cares about results. And just like that, she activates the all-system combat simulation arena. The room explodes in dark energy and floating bones. This is one intense pop quiz. Xiaolin is caught completely off guard. She tells him forget data. It's time to see how he handles a real fight. Instructor Cheng stands in the middle of a purple vortex, decked out in skeletal armor. She's not just a teacher. She's a warrior, and class is in session. The arena is massive, a giant pit filled with bones. This place is designed to perfectly simulate the new world. She explains this high-cost training ground is designed for one thing: getting strong, fast. She looms behind him like a shadow, giving him one last warning. You won't die in here. But the simulation is perfect. And with her eyes glowing, she reminds him that all his senses are 100% real. Every hit, every cut, all the pain, it's going to feel real. She reminds him that opening this place costs a fortune in points, so she's paying a heavy price just to see if he's legit. Right on cue, skeletal warriors start crawling out of the bone pile, their eyes glowing with purple light. This class just got real. She points at the undead horde and tells him to prove that level 3 swordsmanship. It's put up or shut up time. She takes a seat on a literal throne made of bones, watching him with a bored expression. She says these skeletons are as strong as the goblins from his exam. No excuses. And she dangles a prize. If he clears this dungeon, he gets to leave early, and she'll even hook him up with special privileges. The system kicks in. The undead dungeon is open. He has to survive for 40 minutes or kill 20 skeletons. Xiaolin gets ready. He's sweating, realizing this woman is a total maniac, but he's got no choice but to fight. He draws his iron dagger, the blade glowing with blue energy. He needs to be efficient to survive this. The skeletons charge with giant cleavers. They look way tougher than the goblins. He knows he has to go on the offensive. He ducks under a massive swing, already reading their movements and looking for an opening. He lashes out, his blade cutting through a skeleton's neck. He's not going to just stall for time, he's going for the kills. He decapitates another one with a clean strike. He's here to show her exactly what he can do. The counter hits one. He calculates that if he hits their weak points, he can take them down in 2 strikes each. He's turning this into a math problem. He's surrounded, but he stays calm. He's keeping his movements tight, not wasting a single drop of stamina. His face is pure concentration as he runs the numbers. 20 skeletons, 40 clean strikes. He's ready to work. He charges back into the fray. Instructor Cheng is genuinely surprised he's taking the fight to them instead of cowering. She watches from her bone throne, admitting she expected him to be begging for mercy by now. She's starting to see a different side of him. She starts analyzing his technique, his footwork, his angles. They're actually pretty good. High praise from a demon like her. Xiaolin continues to move with incredible precision, way beyond a typical rookie. She's impressed. She realizes he's way better than the other idiots. The only thing holding him back is his garbage stats, but he's making up for it with pure skill. Xiaolin is breathing heavy, sweat pouring down his face. He's wondering if his combined training is finally starting to pay off. He decapitates another soldier. The instructor is thinking that 13 solo kills with his stats is basically a miracle. The timer shows 28 minutes left, and he's already at 13 kills. He's exhausted, but he's still standing. A skeleton lands a hit, and he groans in pain. He's reaching his limit. The instructor stands up, telling him to just give up. She thinks he's pushed himself as far as he can. Xiaolin is down on one knee, sword propping him up, skeletons closing in. It looks like it's over. But then he looks up with a defiant glare and activates Heavy Slash. A massive pillar of purple energy erupts from his blade, blasting the skeletons away. Instructor Cheng's jaw hits the floor. Heavy Slash? She can't believe a freshman already has a skill that powerful. She is completely stunned. How on earth did he learn that skill so fast? He's breaking all the rules. The arena is filled with explosions as Xiaolin tears through the remaining skeletons. 17, 18, 19. He's on a rampage. He lands the final blow, hitting 20 out of 20. He stands victorious, panting but triumphant. He looks back at the shocked instructor, still trying to catch his breath. He stands up straight and declares, "I completed it," with a tired but victorious smirk. He just proved everyone wrong. Instructor Cheng just stares at him, her mind racing. What is up with this kid? She thinks. She is completely baffled. She finally realizes his S rank wasn't just luck. This guy is a once-in-a-generation talent hiding in plain sight. Meanwhile, in the student council office, a green-haired girl is handing files to the president. The president is reviewing the top freshmen when the girl points out a specific class schedule he needs to see. He notices the worried look on her face and asks what's wrong. She tells him that one freshman's course selection is bizarre. She's looking at Xiaolin's record. She points it out. A freshman named Xiaolin has selected every single course available. The president is absolutely stunned. Our boy is really trying to 100% life, but what is he even thinking? Alright, hold up. We're jumping to a whole new crew now. This guy, Young Hwan, leans back with a smirk, asking if things were really that bad. He's acting like he's got it all under control. His friend, though, is sweating bullets. He's totally floored, admitting he couldn't even see what just happened. Suddenly, a fist slams into a wall, shattering it. Someone is losing their mind over what kind of monster they just saw. Deep groans echo through the hallway. The tension here is thick enough to cut with a knife. A high-pitched ringing fills the air, and 2 guys clutch their ears in agony. Turns out it's just the fire alarm. A guy in a dark suit walks away from the chaos. His friends are stunned, wondering how he moved across the room so fast. The noise is unbearable. Just then, a man in a brown jacket barges in, demanding to know what all the racket is about. The man looks over the trashed gambling hall, looking like he's seen a ghost. He clearly doesn't want to get involved. We see 3 guys in school uniforms standing in the middle of a pub, looking totally out of place. The staff is yelling at them that minors aren't allowed. The blonde student holds up his ID, claiming they're actually adults despite the school uniforms. They try to explain they just got held back a year, but the excuse is pretty weak. Oh, Junwan, the guy with the shaved head, gets right in the employee's face, telling him to just call the cops. The employee is left speechless as the situation spirals out of his control. Suddenly, furniture goes flying. Someone is moving fast, and they are not playing around. In a flash, the guy in the suit is gone, carried away at high speed by 2 other guys. One of the guys drops to his knees, bowing in a deep apology. He looks genuinely terrified of whoever he's talking to. A voice rings out, blaming the whole mess on some son of a gun, who is apparently his younger brother. The group gathers in a quiet park. The guy who was carried away looks confused about this whole younger brother thing. Young Hwan grabs his younger brother by the ear and and forces him to apologize. The kid is still being a brat about it. Young-hwan turns to the shaved head guy, giving him the nickname Bad Potato because his real name is too hard. Junwan is just confused by being called boss. Bad Potato scratches his head, looking sheepish. Apparently, he could have handled those thugs easily if he had actually tried. Bad Potato gives a polite bow and thanks them for the help before heading off into the night. The playground is quiet as the group watches him go. A peaceful moment after a night of total chaos. But then Young-hwan's friend grabs him, panicking about why they went to such a dangerous place in the first place. Young-hwan is getting an earful from his friend, who is totally stressed out by his reckless behavior. Young-hwan grabs his friend's hand and floats the idea of bringing Bad Potato into their group. His friend is horrified, thinking he just wants a meat shield. He lights a cigarette and explains that the gang who runs that gambling den is the same one that attacked them before. The stakes just got a lot higher. He drops the gang's name, Cheondo. Apparently, they all have peach tattoos. Young-hwan reveals a shocking truth. Moving between dimensions has weakened him. He's not at 100% right now. He insists they need a team to survive, and he's convinced Bad Potato is the missing piece. His friend isn't convinced. Young-hwan just sighs, thinking his partner is an idiot. His eye glows with intensity as he says Bad Potato is just like his friend, a cryptic comparison that just confuses the poor guy more. His friend is not having it. He's tired of Young-hwan's mysterious bullshit. Young-hwan tells him he's dead if he doesn't bring Bad Potato into the fold. This is not a request. He then calls his friend out for not practicing the bedwetter technique properly. I'm sorry, the what technique? Standing in the dark playground, Young-hwan prepares to give a demonstration. This move isn't just about defense. He explains that true mastery is about deflecting an attack and using it against your opponent. His friend is backing away, begging him to stop. With a blur of motion, Young-hwan executes a lightning-fast move, and his friend ends up face down in the dirt. He didn't even see it coming. Young-hwan looks down at him, explaining this is the perfect defense for someone who's scared of getting hit. He admits he knew his friend would get cocky once he got a little stronger. He's always 10 steps ahead. He walks away, telling his friend to keep practicing the bedwetter and not to slack off. As he walks, he checks his phone, dismissing whatever he found as useless. Back at the pub, a table gets flipped as a manager screams at his men for losing their targets. The manager grabs one of his men by the hair, furious that they let them escape. He continues the assault, mocking his men for going soft. This guy is a brutal leader. The subordinate is left bloody and broken on the floor. Failure is not an option here. The manager looks down at the mess with contempt, calling his men useless. This is Shin Sung-woo, and you do not want to cross him. His eyes glow with a dark intensity as he demands answers. Title card: Shin Sung-woo, the general manager of the Cheondo illegal hold'em pub. He's the mid-boss of this territory. His men are bowing as low as they can, begging for forgiveness. He turns his rage on a guy in a baseball cap, who is clearly in deep trouble. Sung-woo grabs an old man by the collar, reminding him that he was being generous by slowly collecting his grandson's debt. The old man is terrified, explaining his grandson only borrowed 1 million won. He can't understand how it ballooned to 40 million. Sung-woo just smirks at the old man's threat to call the police. He's above the law, and he knows it. With a brutal sound, Sung-woo punches the old man in the face. He's done talking. He doesn't stop, stomping on the poor guy while he's down. Sung-woo keeps punching, asking the man why he keeps turning him into a devil. It's a twisted justification for his own cruelty. Suddenly, a voice tells him to stop. Sung-woo freezes, surprised anyone would dare interrupt him. A blonde guy in a tactical shirt stands on the stairs, asking Sung-woo if he ever learned to respect his elders. Meet Lee Ki-won, another Cheondo manager. This guy looks like a total gym rat with an arrogant smirk to match. Ki-won mocks Sung-woo for his low tribute money, telling him to get out. There's some serious rivalry here. The two managers square off, with Sung-woo admitting his revenue is lower, but claiming his strength is superior. Lee Ki-won licks his lips, challenging Sung-woo to a physical conversation. He's looking for any excuse to fight. The thugs are gossiping, saying this happens all the time because Ki-won is salty about the rankings. A girl and her boyfriend barge in, and she points at Sung-woo, screaming that he's the one. They're here for revenge. The girl claims Sung-woo forced her to film a weird video as payment for a loan. Her boyfriend is acting tough. The boyfriend brags about being a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, demanding they delete the video. Sung-woo just looks bored. Sung-woo lets out a long, exhausted sigh. He's so done with these amateurs. He starts walking toward them, his eyes glowing with a menacing red aura. He looks like a literal demon. In a flash, he He grabs the girl by her shirt, calling her a gambling-addicted bottom feeder. He's not falling for her victim act. He shoves her away, reminding her that she was happy to take the money when it was offered. Sungwoo is shouting now, disgusted that she's trying to play the victim. He's done talking. His expression goes cold. He tells them they don't have to pay back the money because they're going to die here. The girl screams in terror as the boyfriend finally realizes he's in way over his head. The jujitsu guy tries to lunge, but Sungwoo catches him in a powerful clinch. It's over before it started. A close-up of Sungwoo's eye shows his absolute focus as he prepares to end the fight. With a massive heave, Sungwoo executes a perfect shoulder throw, slamming the boyfriend into the floor with enough force to shatter it. So much for that blue belt. Lee Ki-won looks on in total shock. His arrogant smirk is gone. He clearly didn't expect Sungwoo to be this powerful. The rest of the thugs are shaking in their boots. They're finally seeing why he's in charge. Sungwoo stands over the unconscious body, surrounded by the wreckage. He looks like a king in a graveyard. Young Hwan lets out a sigh, watching the aftermath from the shadows. He looks disappointed by the mindless violence. He looks down at the blood on the floor, his expression unreadable. He's planning his next move. He narrates that the Cheondo organization might look like a casino, but they're secretly a predatory loan and blackmail ring. A guy with glasses is laughing, boasting about his own value. Young Hwan just stares at him, unimpressed. Young Hwan explains that this specific branch is ranked second in total revenue. The standard monthly tribute to Cheondo is 10 million won, but this place is different. The silhouette of a mysterious boss looms over the rankings. First place is a mystery, but the other numbers are insane. The ranking screen shows Shin Sung-woo in second and Lee Ki-won in third. They each pay 100 million won in tribute every month. Young Hwan smirks. He realizes Sungwoo is favored by the higher-ups because of his high revenue. He's found his target. A group of thugs charges towards Sungwoo, thinking they can take him down if they swarm him. A fatal mistake. Sungwoo looks genuinely annoyed as he prepares to deal with the mob. Young Hwan starts clapping from the balcony, calling them all out. He's openly challenging the entire pub, and now Cheondo is definitely going to come looking for him. Okay, back to the academy. The principal is looking over the records and notices something weird. There are 1360 students, but only 1359 admission letters are in the system. The old man looks grave. Nothing like this has ever happened before. The system is missing a key piece of data. A beautiful girl with glowing white hair appears. This is the academy's AI assistant. She confirms 1360 letters were issued, so technically, there are no errors. The principal turns to her, his expression unreadable. He's starting to suspect something very strange is going on with this year's freshmen. He commands the AI to pull up Xiaolin's admission letter so he can see it for himself. He's determined to figure out this anomaly. But the AI girl gives him a playful look and drops a bombshell. Even as the principal, he doesn't have the clearance to view this specific file. The principal is absolutely floored. He can't believe he's being locked out of his own academy's records. The AI calmly reiterates that the letter is under a special lock. Even the highest authority in the school can't see it. A close-up of the principal's eyes shows him processing this. He decides to let it go for now, but he's definitely not forgetting about it. He uses his authority to back up and encrypt every other freshman letter. If he can't see the one, he'll make sure the rest are secure. The AI girl smiles sweetly, confirming his orders will be carried out. She floats in a pillar of blue light as the system confirms the backup and encryption is in progress. The AI explains that all 1359 accessible letters are now locked, but Zhao Lin's letter remains in its original state of maximum protection, untouchable. She looks directly at the camera with a knowing expression, asking the principal if he really wants to keep the owner of that letter a secret. The principal turns away, saying he's returning to the new world tomorrow. He looks back one last time, his expression serious. He admits that once he leaves, he doesn't want anyone messing with that specific child's growth. The AI waves him off cheerfully. She's left in charge while the boss is away. The next day, we're in the cafeteria. The food looks amazing, by the way. Zhang Tingting, the senior from earlier, spots someone and starts gossiping about a certain freshman who made a scene yesterday. She looks surprised. Apparently, word has spread about the freshman who fainted after one class and pissed off the student council president. And of course, it's Zhao Lin. He sighs, realizing he's already famous for all the wrong reasons. He's having lunch with Zhang Tingting, who warns him that instructor Cheng is terrifying. Zhao Lin definitely agrees. He changes the subject, asking if only teachers can open the simulation field. He's looking for a way to grind on his own. Zhang Tingting looks at him like he's an idiot. She asks if he's even looked at the special permissions that come with being a class monitor. A holographic display appears showing the class group management permissions. It's a complex menu that shows just how much power he has. And here's the big one. He can submit his own application for the simulation field without needing approval from anyone. Zhao Lin looks at his own screen, realizing he's been sitting on a training shining gold mine. His finger hovers over the apply button. He decides to go for it, hoping the AI gives him the green light. Zhang Tingting warns him that as a freshman, his application will probably be rejected instantly. But then a notification chime sounds, and she literally spits out her drink in shock. It was approved? She sputters. She is totally freaking out. She says when her class monitor applied, they had to wait 3 weeks. Xiaolin just got it instantly. Talk about main character privilege. Xiaolin is lost in thought, calculating the cost. The field costs 500 redemption points, which are only refunded if you pass. Zhang Tingting warns him that if he fails, those 500 points are gone forever. He only has 800 total, so one mistake could bankrupt him. But Xiaolin looks determined. The stakes are high, but he knows he can't afford to fail if he wants to catch up. He thinks back to the principal's speech about the top 3 students getting to enter the new world early. That's his goal. He also remembers that class monitors will be re-elected after the exam. If he loses his position, he loses access to the simulation field. A vision of Wang Dalin's angry face flashes in his mind. The big guy is still fuming, and the rivalry is heating up. Xiaolin knows that if Dalin becomes monitor, he'll never get another chance to use the simulation field. He stands up and says goodbye to the senior. He's not wasting another second. It's time to train. Zhang Tingting watches him go with a small smile. She's impressed by how hard he's pushing himself. The scene shifts to the gym. A group of students is walking through, ready for a workout. Other students are gossiping in the background, salty that someone with garbage stats like Xiaolin was chosen as class monitor. Liang Ziyue, a freshman from another class, looks totally arrogant. He finds the whole thing unbelievable and clearly thinks he's better. A hand grips a water bottle so hard it crinkles. Someone is losing their cool. It's Wang Dalin, and he is fuming. He thinks Advisor Qin is an idiot for picking a rookie like Xiaolin. Dalin mocks Xiaolin for staying late to train, calling him a poser. He's determined to show everyone, especially Gu Xiaoyu, that they backed the wrong guy. Liang Ziyue eggs him on, suggesting they teach him a lesson right now instead of waiting for the assessment. Ziyu says he knows a senior in the disciplinary department. They're planning to get Xiaolin in trouble for breaking school rules. These guys are playing dirty. Meanwhile, Xiaolin is grinding away on a treadmill, sweat pouring off him. He's just hit level 1 in basic physical fitness. He dabs his face with a towel, checking the clock. It's almost 7. And he's exhausted. He starts walking back to his dorm, trying to make it back before curfew. He's confident he'll hit level 2 by next week at this pace. He reaches his door and grabs the handle, but something is wrong. The door refuses to budge. He's stuck outside his own room. He stares at the door in disbelief. It's been deadbolted from the outside. Someone has intentionally locked him out right before curfew, and big trouble is definitely on its way. Our guy is finally processing that he's trapped. He's staring at the locked door from inside the gym, and it's hitting him. This was a setup. He starts pacing, thinking it was a total rookie move for those guys to lock up without checking if anyone was still inside. He's totally stressed, checking the time and realizing curfew is just minutes away. Looks like he's sleeping on the gym floor tonight. Suddenly, a loud click echoes through the hall, making him jump. Is someone coming to let him out? Nope. The entire training hall goes pitch black as the power is cut. He's left alone in total darkness. He's shivering, complaining about how this high-tech school is cutting the lights. Lights out time, he mutters, trying to stay calm. Meanwhile, outside under 2 moons, yep, definitely not Earth, someone is reporting a class monitor wandering around after hours. Enter Chen Yu, a serious-looking dude from the disciplinary department. He declares that freshmen breaking curfew need to be dealt with severely. He says with the principal gone, it's up to them to keep order. This guy takes his job way too seriously. His partner, Han Sen, is practically kissing his boots, agreeing with everything. They've just arrived at the gym. Han Sen volunteers to go inside and do a sweep. He looks way too excited to catch someone. Check out that sinister smirk. Han Sen is clearly in on the plan and ready to bust whoever's inside. He grabs the door handle, already dreaming about the points he's going to get from catching a class monitor. This dude is a total snake. The door creaks open, casting long, menacing shadows into the dark hall. He looks around the empty gym, totally confused. Where is he? His plan is already falling apart. Chen Yu follows him inside, asking what the holdup is. They're both scanning the room. Han Sen tries to play it off, claiming he heard a noise. He's definitely sweating now. Hidden in the shadows, Xiaolin is holding his breath, hoping they don't hear his heart pounding. This is some high-stakes hide-and-seek. From outside, someone tries the door and finds it locked. They sound completely baffled. Chen Yu is standing in the middle of the gym, wondering how anyone could be inside if the door was deadbolted from the outside. He's starting to think his partner is an idiot. Han Sen just laughs it off, claiming he must have been hearing things as they decide to leave. Nice save. As they walk away, Han Sen is gritting his teeth in frustration. He can't believe the kid just vanished. The scene shifts to the dark forest outside, showing glowing motes of light dancing between the trees. Xiaolin finally emerges from his hiding spot, gasping for air. That was close, he thinks. Completely wiped out. He realizes being out at night is a major rule break. He's starting to think this coincidental patrol was a targeted hit. Is he being paranoid? Or is someone actually out to get him? Either way, this school is way more dangerous than he thought. He looks up at the sky, noticing something strange about the view. There are two, he mutters, staring up at the twin moons. That's a serious "we're not in Kansas anymore" moment. He remembers the academy was built to mirror the new world, which explains the two moons. A fantasy world is literally right above his head. Since the gym is no longer safe, he knows he has to find somewhere else to hide for the night. Suddenly, a massive scaly shadow descends through the trees. Something huge is nearby. Xiaolin freezes. He hears something heavy land just a few feet away, and he gets that pure "oh crap" look on his face. A giant, glowing purple eye opens in the darkness, staring right through him. This is way scarier than a few disciplinary seniors. It's a gargantuan purple dragon, looming over him like a mountain of muscle and scales. Our boy is looking very, very small right now. He recognizes it instantly. It's the same dragon from the entrance ceremony. He is absolutely terrified. The dragon spreads its massive wings, looking like it's about to make a move. Xiaolin is paralyzed with fear. The dragon lets out a pulse of purple energy, its eyes locked on him. It's game on, and he is not ready for this boss fight. He screams "run!" and sprints for his life as the system confirms the chase has officially begun. Xiaolin is absolutely booking it, checking over his shoulder to see if that purple nightmare is gaining on him. He's panicking, thinking he really doesn't want to be a dragon's midnight snack. He spots a small building through the trees and makes a break for it. Anywhere is better than out in the open. Whatever, I'll hide inside first, he thinks, his eyes burning with determination. He is going to survive this night. He reaches a fenced-in area, hoping the dragon is too big to follow. Should be safe now, he gasps, desperately looking for a place to hide. He stands in the courtyard, looking around to make sure he hasn't just walked into another trap. He wanders into a hidden garden, and his jaw hits the floor. It looks like he just stepped into a magical farm. There are glowing plants everywhere, and even a strange black rooster just chilling. What is this place? He finds cabbages that are literally as big as he is, and glowing with green light. Then he sees some red, glowing fruits that smell incredibly sweet. He's actually thinking about taking a bite. His eyes land on the black rooster, and all he can think about is roasted chicken. It looks so plump and delicious. Xiaolin is literally drooling, lost in his own little food fantasy. But then the chicken clucks, and its eye starts glowing with a menacing red light. This bird is definitely not on the menu. Holy crap! This chicken breathes fire, he screams, as a massive blast of flame narrowly misses his head. He's jumping back as the bird continues its assault. This is the weirdest fight of his life, and he's losing to a chicken. He manages to grab the bird by the neck, trying to shut it up before it burns the whole garden down. He freezes as he hears a calm voice behind him. He's still clutching the chicken, looking like a thief caught red-handed. A new guy with long brown hair is casually holding another black chicken. He asks Xiaolin why he's out here trying to steal his livestock. Busted. He just went from dragon food to chicken thief? What a night.